and welcome back to Come Geek Some. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for all future content. What is it with white privileged women who are in the industry of creating what could become iconic TV shows or iconic movies where they have to go out of their way to abuse the fan base for that material? Why do they do it? That's a very interesting question that I have been asking for a long time now. We've seen it come from Brie Larson regarding Captain Marvel. We also saw it with Charlie's Angels director and writer and star Elizabeth Shue. And now we've actually saw it with Birds of Prey. Fair enough, they haven't actually come out and blamed men. Well, Margot Robbie hasn't. But when you see it and you think, when you had Ewan McGregor come out and say, it's a great feminist movie, it's all about misogyny, and it's all about powerful women. No, I went and saw it, and to be honest with you, I was actually pleasantly surprised how much of that is not in the film. It's still a bad film though. But when you have all these people, who are white, powerful women now, so you've got Margot Robbie, you've got Brie Larson, you've got some of the people who work for Disney now, so Kathleen Kennedy, and a lot of the people who were in her story group, which again, were mostly women who don't even know and like Star Wars. How can you have a story group who write Star Wars films who don't even like the property? Come on. But what we're going to take a look at today is Dana Schwartz. She hasn't written anything for TV or film, but she's been handed the Disney Plus Marvel Studios TV show She-Hulk. I don't know how she got this, because what we're going to talk about is her today. She is a very, very pale white person like myself, and she's having a go at rich white men who, if she actually thinks about it, a rich white man gave her this job. So she kind of backfires on herself a little bit just with that first part, but then she tried backtracking in her tweets. So, what we're going to be talking about is the following. Marvel Studios She-Hulk writer Dana Schwartz, it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage South Park has done. She now thinks it's a good idea to go out of her way and literally bash a cartoon. Now, a cartoon that's been on the air for over 20 years and literally has Oscar nominated in it. And this is when she thinks she has to have a go at it now. Again, she is just one in the many, many people who have tried to take down South Park. And it's not going to work. Hell, if a terrorist group can't take down South Park, she's not going to. So, she thought it would be a good idea to post the following on Twitter. In retrospect, it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park. The show that portrayed earnestness as the only sin and taught that mockery is the ultimate inoculation against all criticism. And with that one there, it currently has 43,000 likes and 14,500 people talking about it in the comments, and obviously it got trending. But one thing that I liked about that is, that was the initial tweet. Then every single tweet after it has got a quarter or even a sixth of a quarter of those likes and comment ratios. So it goes to show that she just put that out there just to try and get a bit more clout. That internet tasty clout. Because that is what they're after. This is the kind of person now who she literally has been on Twitter in the past couple of years and she has bashed everything. She has even bashed racism. Well, she is a racist by a couple of the old tweets, which you can find in that thread. And she's even gone out of her way to make fun of people. So, obviously now, because she is part of the Marvel Studios and the whole Disney little in crowd, she has technically become one of the white rich elite, which she's having a go at. She carried on Smugness is not the same as intelligence. Provocation isn't the same as bravery. The lesser of two evils aren't the same. And it's just really funny because she just thought it would be great to carry on with all of this nonsense. And this was actually one of my favourite tweets that she done, because in the first tweet she is literally having a go at South Park, but then she backtracks and she's like, oh no, I didn't mean that. And this is the tweet that we're talking about. To be clear, I don't blame the show itself as much as I do the generation of boys who internalised it into personalities, which maybe isn't the show's fault. So with that one tweet there, to me, she is literally having a go at the parents of all the people who's watched it. Which, if you think about it, South Park has got millions and millions of fans, and they're of all race and gender. So she is technically making fun of all the people who are man or woman, and she's making fun of them even no matter what their skin colour is. So she's technically being racist to everyone who likes South Park. But then she just carried on. And again, some of these are funny because she doesn't seem to see the irony in it herself. And again, a lot of this is actually from the TV show. A lot of these are actually comments. Some very normal, well-adjusted South Park fans. And you got one here. Wow, quit complaining about me complaining about a cartoon I don't like. I write about a female version of a more popular male character. The world owes my take on life respect. Don't be upset because you're a woman and therefore genetically unable to be funny. With that one there, that's to do with Cartman and Wendy, and when Cartman kept saying that girls are not funny. So he said that and she's like, oh, look at these people. So she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She doesn't even get the reference herself. You got someone else? Look at you mocking people for enjoying things, which is very, very true. And it wouldn't surprise me if she's the type of person for when She-Hulk fails, because it is going to fail, is not going to succeed, because this is a person who is writing about a character who doesn't understand the lore of the actual character, and she has no respect for the medium. She just doesn't. And she's going to blame male fans not watching the show. That's exactly what she's going to do. Oh, well, the male people never came out and watched it. A bit like how Elizabeth Shue done with Charlie's Angels. A little bit how Brie Larson done it with Captain Marvel. When she came out and she was going on saying it's not for you, don't watch it. Right, okay, we won't watch it. But it still made over $1 billion in the box office, didn't it, in empty theatres. A bit like how Birds of Prey has been empty theatres, but all of a sudden it's made a little bit of money. Well, it's not exactly a lot of money. It's only made like 100 million, and the actual budget was at 97.5 million. And that's in a week. Not exactly great, is it? And when you think about certain people and what they go about on Twitter, and especially people like Dana Schwartz, who are saying all of this nonsense and literally having a go at a cartoon because, again, she just needs to have a hot take on something to get brownie points with the woke culture. And this is what another thing she said. My point was that South Park seemed to teach that it was always cooler to be reactionary and contrarian. Anyone who criticises anything is offended, and that's the real problem. Wonder if that's the message these fans absorbed. Well, obviously, she's trying to say now, I've got all of you, you haven't got what I'm trying to say. And it's like, no, we get what you're trying to say. You are literally trying to take away something that people love. And you're trying to have a go at people for people who, this is what they do in their downtime. They love animation. They love South Park. Even if people go, oh, it's crudely done. Well, yeah, that's what it's meant to be. But she then went on to say the following about Matt and Trey, the creators of South Park. You're right. They mock anyone who cares about anything, and they present mockery as a worthwhile and ideological position when it's really only stasis, or stasis in America. Perfect for two rich white guys. So there we go, she's having a go with them because they're rich. They both got roughly between $400 and $500 million each. They've earned that money. They've earned it. They came from nothing. They were both broke when they moved to Hollywood. This is what, she just doesn't like it because two white rich guys are successful. She doesn't like it. And she thinks, oh, they were handed it to her. She's been handed the keys to the Marvel system. She has. She's been given She-Hulk and she's never written a TV show or a film in her life. Again, we don't know if she's got any spec scripts or anything out there. She probably hasn't, because she's the type of person just to mock others, and they probably saw her on Twitter, and Kevin Feige, a rich white man, went, oh, let's give her a job. Let's see how she f***s up. Which, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what's going to happen. And she will probably mess up halfway through the first season, or probably the first season of it, and they'll be like, yeah, you're gone. That would be the icing on the cake, to be honest with you, if that does happen, because I think that would be hilarious. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.